Well, direct from New York, Ballets Eloelle latest international production, In Tutus, will open at the Teatro at Montecasino next week. The production has been described as the most spectacular and hilarious all-male comedy ballet ever. 16 prima dancers from 7 countries around the world partake in the show. And for more on the ballet, we're joined in studio by Artistic Director Victor Trevino. Victor, thanks a lot for joining us and welcome to Morning News today.
Thank you for having me.
Now, tell us about this. In Tutus, what has inspired it?
Well, it's a way to bring new audiences into the theater to enjoy classical dance. It's a dance show. A lot of people ask, is this a drag show? And it's not, really. Drag is an element, obviously. We do both the male and female roles. But it's a comedy dance show for the family, for anyone who wants to come and have a good time and laugh. If you've never seen a ballet before, this is the best way to start it.
This is the other version of the ballet, because a lot of times they say that the ballet is taken so seriously. I mean, you've got principal dancers and dancers that are showcasing. You've got Swan Lake that's been in the Nutcracker that's been going on for years on end, of course. But this will almost be a twist to this, or the satirical version of it, rather.
Yes, and we will be doing, actually, the Swan Lake.
Really?
Yes, of course. How could we not? So if you've never seen Swan Lake, you're going to see a different take on what the story actually was about, with the princess and the prince, and how their love story might really have evolved.
Well, would this perhaps be a modern way of bringing new audiences to the ballet? I mean, a lot of times it's said that the cultural element, the essence of it, of the ballet, and as well as other cultural activities, are seeming to dwindle alongside with the evolving of social media and the way in which people consume entertainment, for that matter. Could this be a new way of filling up those seats and making sure that people get to understand the beauty of the theatre and going to the theatre and having those moments of cultural appreciation? Well,
I think a lot of people, like you said, people don't come out to live theater, and they miss that experience. It's such a you really can't replace live theater with any other form. If you see it on TV and stuff, it's such a different experience in the theater.
Yeah. Which is alarming, the reason why it would be, or numbers would be seemingly dwindling when it comes to theater goers and those individuals that are there to appreciate the culture of it, because the ballet has been in existence for hundreds of years.
Yes.
And still people, do not understand the full context of it, and just in awe, how much in awe you are of the music and really the precision of the dancing.
Yeah, but I think I don't want people to believe that it's so hard to understand. And I think that's really the important thing of what our show does, is it removes that mystique and it makes it accessible to all audiences, to families, to people who've never been to the ballet, and to people who study it. They're going to come, of course, and really appreciate what they're seeing, by having a good laugh, and really seeing how difficult it is, and appreciating the physicality of the dance.
So then, has there been a lot of focus in terms of the technical dance aspect of it? Because I'm thinking, how do you pick your dancers? I mean, on one side, they have to be able to express themselves,
right.
Obviously given the fact that it is a comedy, but on the other side of it, not taking away from the essence of it, which is dance, and the technique of it, which is the way in which ballet dancers would perform.
Yeah, well, I hire only dancers. Obviously, that's the beginning, because it's a lot easier to teach people to relax and be funny than it is to teach them ballet. So I hire. In fact, I have a gentleman who used to dance with American Ballet Theater, who's going to come in. He's only doing male roles, but he is going to be guesting with us for this season here. And I have people who've studied with major companies, with ABT, with New York City Ballet, with companies around the world. So I think you're going to be surprised with the level of dancing. I think people think, oh, it's comedy, so they're really not going to be taking the dance part of the show seriously. But I think for it to be really funny, you have to understand what you're doing to begin with.
Well, Victor, we certainly do know that our audiences have got quite a treat up in store for them as we get a little bit of a snippet in terms of what they can anticipate ahead of that In Tutus. So thanks a lot for joining us this morning, shedding some light in terms of how's it that you